Hello, amigos, and welcome to another episode of Inside the Ropes with Coach Mario. Coach Mario, owner and head coach of Warriors Pride Boxing Academy here in Miami, Florida. All right. Today, I'm sharing the questions I like to ask Subriel Matias if I had a chance to sit down with him. After his unexpected defeat to Liamparo, we've seen some interviews, but they haven't asked the tough questions fans really want answered. So let's get into the questions that I believe need answers if Subriel Matias is going to move forward and reach his potential in boxing. We have seen several interviews on this past few weeks. They're all softball interviews. They're all yes men, people that just ask the easy questions to Subriel Matias. They're not asking all the real questions that a lot of fans have, a lot of people want to know. And to be honest with you, I'm a straight shooter. I don't pull any punches. I'm not a fanboy like some of these other people that actually have no critical thinking and follow blindly a specific fighter like the Canelo fanboys. No matter how much he continues avoiding fighting the top dogs, his fanboys continue defending him. I'm not like that, guys. I call it like I see it. Whether you're a fighter that I like, whether you're somebody that I've been following for a long time like Subriel Matias, these are questions that I would ask Subriel Matias if I would have a chance to sit down with him. And I'm pretty sure he wouldn't feel comfortable me asking him these questions, but these are questions that a lot of fans have, and we all want the questions answered. All right. Question number one: what happened the night of the fight versus Liamparo? Subriel, fans felt like they didn't see the real you in that fight. Not only did you throw way fewer punches than your usual 70 to 90 punches per round, but by the 8th round, you looked fatigued. Can you tell us what went wrong and what was different that night? Easy question. Subriel Matias, what happened? You look fatigued? Were you overtrained? Were you, unfocused? Were you distracted? What happened that night? That is question number one. I would like to know. Question number two: why was Roberto Ramirez chosen for your comeback fight? This choice surprised many, Subriel. Ramirez is ranked around 100 globally and has 2 knockout losses on his record. He was knocked out in the fifth round by Camarón Cepeda. Was there a strategy behind choosing him after you lost to Baro? This is a choice that boggles the mind of many. You are 33 years old, my friend. Not too many years ahead of you. Why choose somebody so irrelevant for your next comeback fight? Instead, choosing somebody, let's say, ranked number 15, ranked number 20. Somebody that actually has a record, has a positive record. Who has Roberto Ramirez fought? Who has he defeated? Look at his record. We don't see many good names in there. Actually, you saw the only good name that I see there, one of the few names that I see there is Camarón Cepeda. He defeated Roberto Ramirez by knockout in the 5th round. Why did your team choose Roberto Ramirez, ranked number 100, for your next comeback fight? I don't think that helps you out at all. That is my opinion. Number 3, what makes you think fighting and defeating a C-level fighter like Roberto Ramirez will open doors for a title shot next year? Do you believe this fight, given Ramirez's record and ranking, will build the momentum needed to put you back on track for a title shot? What do you think, Subriel? Be honest with us. Be honest with your audience. Why did your team choose Roberto Ramirez? It's an easy layup. Do they have lost faith in you, in your capacity to overcome big challenges? Or is it that maybe you don't have the discipline enough now here in Puerto Rico to fight top level opposition. You got to have high discipline, a lot of focus on training. You know, you can't be thinking about your family the whole time when you're a boxer or prize fighter. All right? You have to have sacrifice, dedication. That's what legendary fighters do. They sacrifice to achieve a legacy, to achieve greatness. All right? You know, I understand a lot of people, a lot of fighters, you know, miss their family when they're training, you know, somewhere else in another country. But that's the price you have to pay in order to become relevant, in order to gain that worldwide status. We can't be in a comfort zone when you're a fighter. All right? What do you say, Subriel, to fighting a C-level fighter like Roberto Ramirez? Why is that going to help your career? Question number 4. Why did Eddie Hearn drop you after the Paro loss? Eddie Hearn dropped you quickly after your loss to Paro. What happened to those 3-fight contract that you have with Matchroom Boxing? That's what everybody said. That's what your team said. Why wasn't there a rematch clause in your contract? Nobody has asked you that question, Subriel. None of these other softball questions, none of these other YouTubers that have no experience in the fight game, that actually have never stepped laced gloves inside a ring, you know, are asking you softball questions. And why do you think that Eddie Hearn cut ties with you after that loss? He seemed very happy after you lost, smiling and everything, you know, next to Liam Paro, like this is something that he wanted, he was looking forward to. That was really weird. What do you say, Subriel Matias, to this allegations? Number 5, do you feel your promotional company has underpromoted you? A lot of fans feel that your promotional company hasn't done enough to keep you relevant in that 140-pound division. Do you believe they could be doing more for your career? I believe, honestly, that Fresh Productions have not promoted you correctly. I mean, that's not only my assessment, Subriel, that is the assessment of many experts out there that believe that if you would be under another promotional company like Top Rank or some others, you would have more enough opportunity to be exposed out there. But you can't let your promotional company down, especially when they move heaven and earth in order to give you the fight that you wanted in front of your people in Puerto Rico, and you lost and you embarrassed yourself terribly. Question number 6. What about your decision to leave Panda Nahar as your trainer? You mentioned that being away from family was difficult, which is why you left Panda Nahar. But boxing demands sacrifice, and countless legends have been away from home to build lasting legacies. Do you feel that balancing family and career might impact your journey to the top? All legends sacrifice. Boxing is a hard sport. If you're not willing to sacrifice now at the end of your career, you're 33 years old. You're not spring chicken anymore. All right? If you don't sacrifice now, you're going to lose a lot of opportunities. Maybe that's what Eddie Hearn saw. Your lack of focus, your lack of dedication. Maybe your trainers are seeing that right now. I mean, your managers. That's the reason why they're choosing an easy layup for you. They don't want to challenge you because they see you're not focused, you're in a comfort zone, you don't want to sacrifice. Do you think that's what's going on, Subriel? How has your new trainer, Nelson Adams Jr., helped you improve? You haven't spoken much about Nelson Adams Jr. Actually, I haven't seen any mention, barely any mentions of you telling the public how Nelson Adams Jr. is helping you improve on your fundamentals, all right? With Nelson Adams Jr. in your corner now, what adjustments or strategies have you implemented to address weakness in your style? All right? I haven't heard anything about Nelson Amas Jr. and how he has helped you improve and how he is a better coach than Panda Najar was. All right? Question number 8. Was anything done to ease homesickness while training in Mexico? If homesickness was such a big factor, why did your promotional company consider flying your family to Mexico on occasion to help you focus on training? That's what I would have done. I would have, taken your family every other weekend, fly them to Mexico, spend that weekend with you, and then fly them back to Puerto Rico. I mean, if that was such a big problem for you, that homesickness, and the reason why you left Panda Najar, which was your decision, and now it's admitted by everybody. Everybody knows it was you who decided to do that. Not your promotional company, not your promoter, not Panda Najar. He didn't want to break ties with you. This is about discipline. And you have shown lack of discipline, apparently, in the eyes of your promotional company. And that's the reason why they had to bring you back. Because constantly bitching about, oh, I feel homesick. My family, I understand that, but that's the price that you have to pay in order to become a legendary fighter, a champion, retain your title. It's not easy. This is not an easy sport. Question number 9. What's the truth behind the rumors of partying before the fight? There are a lot of rumors circulating that you were out partying the week of the Paro fight, which some say impacted your performance. Can you clear the air on what really happened that week? And these are just rumors, but it is a question that has to be asked. So, Subriel, tell us about that. What really happened the week before? Question number 10. Why didn't you address Puerto Rican fans after your loss? Puerto Rican boxing legends like Wilfredo Gomez and Felix Tito Trinidad have always been quick to apologize to their fans after tough losses. Thousands of fans came out to support you, yet they didn't hear from you after the defeat. Why was that? And some people say, oh, you don't need to apologize, but that's what a real man does. That's what a real man does when they lose in front of their fans. They lose in front of their countrymen. It's just a decent kind of thing to do. It's the decent thing to do, my friends. We didn't hear that from Subriel Matias. He didn't apologize. He just nothing happened. All right, just a loss. No biggie. I'm gonna go to Disney World and party with my family and hang out with my family. That shows me something. That shows me lack of character, lack of dedication right there. All right? So, Subriel Matias, what do you say about that? Question number 11. Let's follow up on that same point after your loss. Not apologizing to the people in Puerto Rico. Why do you consider the Ananya fight your most disappointment loss? Question number 11. Why do you consider the Ananya fight your most disappointing loss? You said before that your first loss to Petros Anayan was your biggest disappointment. But many fans feel like your loss to Paro, especially in Puerto Rico, in front of your own people, was more impactful. Why do you rate the Ananian fight as more significant? For me, if I would have lost in front of my family, my friends, my people, in such an embarrassing way like you did, I would feel ashamed. That would have been like the most shameful thing for me to do. That's for any fighter to lose in front of their own people after all the hype surrounding the fight, previous to the fight, after all the shit that was talked before the fight. How can you say that your fight against Petros Ananyan, and this is a question that a lot of lowball interviewers, YouTubers, are lowballing them and saying, oh, really? That was it? Your toughest one was your first loss because it was your first loss, but it's not the one you had in front of your own people? When people flew all over the world to see you, your own fans. And now you say that opinions are like assholes. So you're actually saying that all those people that follow you for so long, fans of yours, their opinions don't matter? That you let them down? They just want an explanation. All right? It's the decent thing to do. Question number 12. Did pre-fight confidence affect your focus against Pato? Leading up to the fight, there was a lot of smack talk, and your entrance seemed very confident, maybe a bit overconfident. Looking back, do you think it would have been better to stay focused and humble going in? A lot of people have mentioned that, Subriel. Took you like 10 minutes to walk, 100 feet? I don't know, man. You got to focus, become stoic, become a person that is confident, become somebody that the people look up to and humble. You know, Puerto Ricans like humble people. We like humble champions, like Tito Trinidad. You know, we like that. All right, stoic. Remain focused, remain disciplined. That's why we like to see you moving forward. Question number 13. Do you understand why fans feel disappointed? Some of your recent comment, like saying everyone has an opinion like assholes, have rubbed fans the wrong way. Do you understand why they feel let down, and do you feel a responsibility to address them more directly? Subriel, you gotta be humble. You gotta be humble, my friend. You gotta admit when things are wrong. A real man admits it. A real man admits it. And I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you props. You admit it. Listen, I lost fair and square. That's good. That's a start. But then you gotta continue and talk to your fans and say, listen, guys, I let you guys down. There's nothing wrong with saying that. That's not humiliating. That's what a real man does. Sorry, guys, I let you guys down. You know what? Moving forward, I'm going to fight the best fighters available. I'm going to try to gain that championship again. I'm going to try to earn your trust again. Nobody's talking about Subriel Matias in the media. Nobody. Go look at every single podcast and YouTube channel that talks about boxing. Nobody's talking about that comeback fight with Roberto Ramirez. Why? Why do you think? This guy's ranked 100. It's a gimme. It's a layup. And the only thing, and now I'm talking, now I'm talking and I'm ranting. The only thing I can think of is that Subriel Matias' team does not have confidence in Subriel Matias. That's the only thing I can think of. Something happened after the Liam Paro fight. Maybe Subriel Matias, and I'm just speculating, Subriel Matias didn't want to fight anymore, wanted to call it quits. These are all possibilities. Maybe his own team said, you know what, I'm going to give you an easy one, Subriel, so you can feel confident again. I don't know, guys, but in all honesty, a real champion, a guy that was a champion of the world like Subriel Matias, who defeated all his opponents, every victory has been by knockout, lost to a C-level fighter, C-plus level fighter in Liam Paro, who most likely is going to lose to Richardson Hitchens, when Hitchens didn't want to fight Subriel Matias after the Lemos fight. You know, that raises a lot of questions. Raises a lot of questions. Why did you choose a guy that's been knocked out twice, ranked number 100 in the world, an easy fight, instead of fighting somebody relevant so that other people around the world, other commentators, people that are in the fight game can actually talk about this next fight of yours? Nobody's talking about it, Subriel. Is this doing you a favor? Is this somehow helping your career? I really doubt it, guys. But anyway, these are the questions that I would ask Subriel Matias if I was sitting in front of him. And I don't know if halfway through these questions, Subriel Matias would stand up and throw the mic and just leave. Because some people can't handle it. Some people can't handle when you got real questions, when you have to address something that is real. You know, you gotta be man enough to say, you know what, I gotta man up, I gotta own it. I lost, and he's done that. He's done that. But then there's a lot of other questions that have not been answered. A lot of questions that have not been answered. So, my question to you guys, to all my listeners, to everybody subscribed to this channel, what other questions would you like to ask Subriel Matias? Do you agree with these questions? Are they tough questions? Are they questions you would ask? Are these questions that maybe you say, hey, coach, you're crossing the line, you shouldn't ask that? Yeah, because we live in a very sensitive, hypersensitive society nowadays. There's a lot of things people get offended by. They get offended by the truth. And I'm not like that, guys. I'm old school. You know, I'm a straight shooter. In the Marine Corps, when I was in the Marines, you know, we didn't play that shit. We spoke the truth, whether you like it or not. You're either a shitbird or you're squared away. There's no, you know, in between. But anyway, guys, this is my 2 cents regarding all these interviews that we've seen for the past couple of weeks trying to boost a crappy fight, a crappy matchup. Here we go, I said it. It's a crappy matchup. And when I first heard about it, I was excited, but then I started looking into it, and this guy's ranked 100. The guy that's fighting Subriel Matias. If Subriel Matias does not look, I mean, super impressive against this guy, because I'm believing that's the purpose. That's the whole purpose of this fight. He's got to look amazing against a C-level fighter. If it doesn't look amazing against a guy that's been knocked out twice, a guy that's ranked 100, I think that's it. That's going to show everybody where Matias' career is really at. And you all know, and if you're new to this channel, and this is the first time you hear me talking about Subriel Matias, go, you know, before you put your foot in your mouth and start talking shit, go look at my other episodes before about Subriel Matias. I'm a true fan of this guy. I admire, you know, his career until the point of Lee Amparo. I don't know what happened then. That's the reason why I want answers. And I don't think we're going to get answers because all these people he's agreeing to talk to won't ask him tough questions. They won't. They're yes men. But anyway, guys, this is what I have for now. You know, it's a Monday, start of the week. We have a lot of stuff coming on this week, a lot of testing to be done at my facility. We got this great program, boxing program, and today we're gonna have all our fighters test for their knowledge and fundamentals and core values and everything else. We do this every 3 months. So hopefully it's going to be a great day today for me at my gym. But I hope you guys have an excellent week. Looking forward to great things, big fights coming up. But until next time, this is Coach Mario saying hasta la vista. God bless you all and peace.